Imagine waking up one morning and the simple act of opening a jar, climbing stairs, or even brushing your hair feels like a battle against your own body. That's the reality for millions living with rheumatoid arthritis. It's not just pain in the joints. It's the silent thief of independence, stealing away hobbies, daily routines, and even the joy of gathering with family. But here's the truth that many don't realize. What you put on your plate can be either gasoline on the fire of inflammation or water to calm it. I'm Dr. Brian, and welcome to Channel Wellness Blueprint Over 50. Today, we're diving into the surprising power of certain meats. Yes, meats that can actually help reduce arthritis pain, soothe inflammation, and protect your joints. Some of these foods may already be in your kitchen, while others might completely surprise you. When I think of foods that act like nature's medicine cabinet, fatty fish are right at the top of the list. Picture your joints like hinges on a door. Over the years, wear, tear, and autoimmune activity in rheumatoid arthritis can cause those hinges to become rusty and stiff. Omega-3 fatty acids, the shining stars in fatty fish, are like the gentle oil that loosens those hinges, making movement smoother and less painful. Salmon, mackerel, sardines, and tuna each carry their own gifts, but they share this remarkable ability to fight inflammation deep at the cellular level. Take salmon, for example. I once had a patient named Eleanor, 67 years old, who told me she'd given up gardening because the pain in her hands was unbearable. We talked about small dietary shifts, and she committed to eating wild-caught salmon twice a week. Within 2 months, she told me, "Dr. Brian, I was able to plant tomatoes again." Was salmon a magic cure? No. But the anti-inflammatory compounds, particularly EPA and DHA, gave her joints a reprieve, a window of relief that allowed her to move with more freedom. Salmon is also one of the richest food sources of vitamin D, which acts almost like scaffolding for bones, keeping them strong and less prone to fractures, a concern for anyone with arthritis. Mackerel doesn't always get the same spotlight, but it deserves one. This oily fish is not only packed with omega-3s, but also with selenium, a mineral that works like a shield, reducing oxidative stress that can worsen inflammation. People with rheumatoid arthritis often report morning stiffness, the kind where your fingers feel frozen until the day warms up. Including mackerel a few times a week can make mornings less of a struggle. In fact, a study published in Annals of the Rheumatic Diseases highlighted how regular omega-3 intake significantly reduced joint tenderness and duration of morning stiffness in people with rheumatoid arthritis. That's science confirming what many of my patients feel in their own bodies. Then there are sardines, small, humble, often overlooked, yet bursting with nutrition. They come in a convenient can, but don't let their size fool you. Sardines bring a powerful combination of omega-3s, calcium, and vitamin D. For older adults especially, the calcium matters, acting like the bricks that keep bones sturdy while vitamin D acts as the mortar that holds them together. A patient once joked to me, "Doc, they're like little superheroes in a can," and she wasn't wrong. Their selenium content adds an antioxidant punch, protecting cells from damage that fuels inflammation. Best of all, they're affordable and easy. Spread on a cracker or tossed in a salad, they're a quick way to fortify your diet. Tuna is another familiar name, particularly albacore, which is rich in omega-3s. It provides a hearty dose of protein, essential for preserving muscle mass. Think of muscles as the supportive beams that take pressure off the joints. The stronger they are, the less burden your joints bear. But with tuna comes a cautionary note: mercury. For older adults especially, moderation is key. 2 to 3 servings per week is plenty, and always choose tuna packed in water rather than oil to avoid unhealthy additives. What ties all these fish together is not just their nutrient profile, but their versatility. They can be grilled, baked, steamed, or even enjoyed straight from a can, making them accessible to anyone regardless of cooking skill. And the benefits are cumulative. Eating fatty fish once might not create a miracle, but eating them consistently, say 2 to 3 times a week, builds an anti-inflammatory environment inside your body. It's like slowly calming a storm. Over time, the skies clear, and you can move through your days with less pain and more freedom. When I share these foods with my patients, I'm not promising a cure, but I am promising partnership with science, with nature, and with your own body's ability to heal when given the right tools. These fish represent that partnership beautifully, offering arthritis pain relief in a way that feels natural, nourishing, and sustainable. Now let's step away from the ocean and walk into the pasture and the farmyard. For many people, chicken, turkey, and beef are the staples of everyday meals. But here's the twist most folks don't realize. Not all meats are created equal, and the kind you choose can either fan the flames of joint inflammation or help calm them. For those managing rheumatoid arthritis, the right lean land meats can act like quiet allies, strengthening muscles, supporting bones, and delivering arthritis pain relief in ways that are both comforting and deeply nourishing. Let me tell you about Harold, a 72-year-old retired school teacher I worked with. He loves Sunday roasts, but after years of conventional red meat, his cholesterol crept up and his joint pain worsened. We made a simple switch: skinless chicken during the week, turkey and sandwiches, and grass-fed beef occasionally. Within months, Harold told me something that struck me deeply. He said, "I don't wince every time I get up from my recliner anymore." It wasn't a miracle, it was a strategy. Chicken, particularly when it's skinless and free-range, is like a lean machine of protein. Think of protein as the building blocks that repair and maintain your muscles. Stronger muscles mean less strain on aching joints, almost like hiring extra helpers to carry the heavy load. Beyond protein, chicken is rich in selenium, a mineral that acts like a firefighter, dousing sparks of inflammation before they spread. It also provides B vitamins, like B6, which help with energy production, something many people with chronic pain struggle with. But here's the key: how you prepare it matters. Grilling, baking, or steaming keeps it clean and light. Frying, on the other hand, introduces compounds that actually make inflammation worse, like adding dry wood to an already blazing fire. Turkey offers a very similar profile, but with its own strengths. It's another lean protein, but it's particularly rich in B vitamins like niacin and B6, which not only fuel energy, but also support brain health. Fatigue is a constant companion for many with rheumatoid arthritis, and turkey can help lift that cloud. Add zinc into the mix, an essential mineral in turkey, and you have an immune system booster. Remember, rheumatoid arthritis isn't just about joints. It's the immune system turning against the body. Supporting and balancing immunity is a quiet but powerful way to restore harmony inside. Now, grass-fed beef might surprise some of you. For years, people were told to avoid beef altogether if they had arthritis. But here's the nuance. Grass-fed beef is different. Cows that graze on grass rather than grains produce meat richer in omega-3 fatty acids, the very same inflammation-fighting nutrients we talked about with fish. Grass-fed beef also contains conjugated linoleic acid, or CLA, which studies suggest may reduce inflammation and support immune balance. Add to that the benefits of iron and zinc. Iron keeps your blood carrying oxygen efficiently, while zinc fortifies the immune system. And you've got a meat that, when eaten wisely, can be part of the solution rather than the problem. The secret with beef is moderation and quality. Lean cuts, slow cooking methods, and smaller portions make it nourishing without tipping the balance toward inflammation. Pairing beef with vegetables like broccoli or spinach adds antioxidants that further support joint pain relief, creating a meal that works in harmony with your body rather than against it. What I love about these lean land meats is that they also connect to traditions and comfort. A bowl of chicken soup on a cold day, a turkey sandwich at lunch, a small serving of roast beef shared with family. These are foods of memory and meaning. Food isn't just fuel, it's emotional. When my patients realize they don't have to give up the meals they love to find relief, a light returns in their eyes. They feel empowered again, not deprived. Science backs this up. Research in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition has shown that diets rich in lean protein and lower in saturated fats are associated with lower markers of inflammation. That's not abstract science. That's real evidence that what you choose for dinner can change how you feel the next morning. So when you think of chicken, turkey, or grass-fed beef, don't think of them as just dinner options. Think of them as allies, partners that help you build strength, balance immunity, and reclaim a bit of freedom from pain. Every bite is like casting a vote for less stiffness, more movement, and a stronger, more resilient you. Now let's wander down to the shoreline, where the tide meets the sand, and some of the most surprising foods for joint health live beneath the waves. Shrimp, crab, and lobster may sound more like a luxury treat than everyday medicine, but for people managing rheumatoid arthritis, these shellfish can be powerful allies. Their secret lies in a unique blend of omega-3 fatty acids, selenium, zinc, and high-quality protein, all of which combine to calm the fires of inflammation and strengthen the body from the inside out. I remember a woman named Joyce, 69 years old, who loved her bridge club luncheons, but always avoided the shrimp cocktail, fearing it would worsen her cholesterol. When we talked about her rheumatoid arthritis and the nutrients in shellfish, her eyes widened. She cautiously reintroduced shrimp into her diet, boiled, light, simple. A few weeks later, she called me and said, "Dr. Brian, I walked into our bridge game and didn't need to sit down right away. My knees felt lighter." It wasn't just the shrimp, of course, but it was part of a bigger story. When you give your body the tools it craves, it finds ways to heal. Shrimp may be small, but they pack an impressive punch of omega-3 fatty acids. Just like with fish, these fats work like peacekeepers inside your body, telling overactive immune cells to quiet down and stop attacking the joints. Omega-3s also help lubricate joints, giving them a smoother glide, much like oiling a squeaky door hinge. Add to that their selenium content, and shrimp become doubly powerful. Selenium acts like a vigilant guard, neutralizing harmful free radicals that would otherwise worsen inflammation. It's this combination of anti-inflammatory and antioxidant action that makes shrimp more than just a tasty appetizer. Crab, whether enjoyed as a simple steamed meal or in a hearty soup, is another underappreciated gem. It's especially high in zinc, which has a hand in regulating immune function. With rheumatoid arthritis, the immune system is like a misbehaving child, overactive, reactive, and unpredictable. Zinc helps restore balance, encouraging the immune system to act with wisdom rather than aggression. Crab also contains a generous dose of protein, crucial for maintaining muscle. Imagine your muscles as scaffolding holding up a fragile structure. Without them, your joints bear the full brunt of movement. Keeping muscles strong reduces the load on joints, easing pain over time. And then there's lobster, often seen as an indulgence reserved for special occasions. But beneath its tough shell lies a rich source of omega-3s, selenium, and lean protein. Lobster doesn't need heavy butter sauces to shine. Steamed or lightly grilled, it can be part of an arthritis-friendly meal that feels celebratory and healing at the same time. For older adults, meals should bring not just nutrition, but joy, because joy itself is medicine. When you can sit down with family and enjoy something that feels like a treat but also supports joint health, the emotional boost is just as important as the nutritional one. Of course, with shellfish comes the conversation about cholesterol. Some varieties are indeed higher in dietary cholesterol, and moderation is key. But research has shifted our understanding. What raises cholesterol most isn't dietary cholesterol from foods like shrimp, but saturated and trans fats from processed foods. For most people, enjoying shellfish once or twice a week is perfectly safe and can even be beneficial, provided it's prepared wisely. That means steaming, boiling, or grilling rather than breading and frying. Frying, as tempting as it is, introduces inflammatory compounds that undo much of the benefit. Shellfish also pair beautifully with arthritis-friendly sides. Imagine a plate of shrimp next to steamed broccoli, or crab salad on a bed of spinach, or lobster with quinoa and roasted vegetables. Each pairing layers on more antioxidants, vitamins, and minerals, creating meals that aren't just delicious, but deeply therapeutic. What I love most about recommending shellfish is that they bring back a sense of pleasure to eating. Too often, when people hear the words arthritis diet, they imagine a world of restrictions, bland meals, and joyless dining. But foods like shrimp, crab, and lobster remind us that healing can be flavorful, vibrant, and celebratory. You don't have to choose between living well and eating well. You can have both. For those over 50, this matters deeply. Rheumatoid arthritis can feel like it narrows life. placing invisible fences around what you can do, where you can go, even what you can eat. But adding shellfish thoughtfully into your routine is one way to break down those fences. It's a way of saying, my body deserves nourishment, my life deserves flavor, and I deserve relief. These foods, though simple, can play a role in restoring independence, reducing pain, and allowing you to walk into each day with more ease. As we bring this conversation to a close, I want you to picture something. Imagine waking up tomorrow and moving through your morning with a little less stiffness, a little more ease, and a touch more hope than you felt the day before. That's the gift these foods can offer. Not an instant cure, but steady partners in your journey toward less pain and more freedom. Fatty fish, lean meats, and shellfish aren't just items on a shopping list. They are tools to rebuild your strength, your independence, and your joy. With every nourishing bite, you're sending your body a message. I am worthy of care, I am capable of healing, and my best years are not behind me. I'm Dr. Brian, and I believe in your ability to thrive at any age. If this message touched you, I'd love for you to like, subscribe, and join me here again. Stay well.